Can you explain the he's a marauder? Joe Rogan must have said that someone was a marauder, and I can't remember who it was. He's a marauder. I think he was talking about Robbie Lawler, right, chat? Who was Joe Rogan talking about when he said marauder? I think it was Jon Jones, Robbie Lawler, Covington, one of those fighters. I can't remember who, but he used to say it about quite a lot of fighters back in the day that they were marauders. It wasn't Benson Henderson. So yeah, that's where it started. Islam really, and then look what he did to Cub Swanson was about Holloway. Because Holloway submitted Cub Swanson with the guillotine. It was quite impressive at the time that he did it. Islam really about to go on a 2-fight KO loss streak. Thank you for the $2. Yes, he is. And it's going to be glorious. How does ILIA versus Prime KHABIB go realistically? ILIA Topuria leaves him out cold, stiff on that canvas. Who had a better 3-fight streak, KHABIB or Topuria? Topuria, absolutely. No doubt about it. Impression of Joe Rogan telling MOICANO to come on stage after Topuria wins. I want to, this is Topuria. I want to fight with some guy out there called Justin. You're talking about MOICANO. Bring him in, folks. JDM's post-fight speech. Yeah, I'm looking for a fucking in the crowd that needs to get his ass up here in the cage. All right, you're talking about Michael Morales. Bring him in, folks. Thank you very much for the $5. Impression of Kakara France being led on a lead by Bully Aspinall on his way to the short bus for school. Some shit like that. Askren had a successful double lung transplant. I know, and we raised that money for him on the Mighty Guru show. So now we keep the money? This is how it works? But yeah, congrats to Ben Askren. I guess we'll be sending the money over anyway, just to like, you know, for the tough time. GAETHJE Paddy leaked. Thank you for the $2. Or I think maybe there's some kind of like group that helped Askren out, and maybe the money's going to go to them. I don't know. Yeah, I saw GAETHJE Paddy got leaked by Dricus Duplessis. I don't know how real it is, or if he just heard some discussion of that fight being made and doesn't really know if it is or not, but yeah, man. GAETHJE versus PIMBLETT's a big fight. Can you make a video about KHALIL Roundtree Colt? No, it's so late and there's no point. It's been made so many times by so many others. No. GAETHJE versus Huffy? No, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know how much was raised. I don't know. It just did it. We just did it today. Thank you for the $2, Jacob Engels. GAETHJE is so dog poo. ILIA subs him in 2 minutes. I think ILIA would beat him very easily. I don't think he'd submit him either. I think he'd just knock him out. Out cold. MMA Chase says, I'm elite at the back foot. ILIA is done. Elite on the back foot, Islam Makhachev. Oh, yeah, because he landed a couple of shots that one time on the counter on Poirier that did nothing to Poirier. Oh, I forgot about that, yeah. Dude, Makhachev's a fucking problem on the back foot. He kind of outpointed Volkanovski in a couple moments on the feet. People forget, man. Makhachev landed a check hook on Volkanovski. People forget, man. Do you think ILIA will retire undefeated? Yes, I do. I don't see anyone beating ILIA Topuria. I don't see it. Piggy finally putting in a shift. Dude, I'm live. We're doing things. I'm doing stuff. I don't know if I'm going to post a video today because the Mighty Guru show dropped, and I might just leave that to marinate for today and then just pick up the videos later this week because we got 2 weeks off now. Joe saying Charles is absorbing shots well, then dying immediately changed the series finale. It did. Was the series finale? It was, dude. It was amazing. Charles is just absorbing these shots. Oh, he's dead. Is it true GAETHJE Paddy leak on DDP card? True. Well, no, they said DDP was saying that would be the UFC 320 main event or the co-main event of UFC 320. So it's not on DDP's card. He was talking about the one later that year. Or this year. Paddy beats GAETHJE in the first round knockout. I don't think he knocks him out. I think he'll like crack him, shoot a takedown, get it, and get the takedown on GAETHJE, maybe take his back. Did Jack pass away? Jack Hermanson? No, he is still with us. He's still breathing and with us. Moicano's live. Donate to him. He needs money. Where is MOICANO live? I was kind of rude in my reaction to his fight, so I might not want to. People forget, man. Trevor Whitman's gloves. Yeah. How could we forget about Trevor Whitman's gloves? God damn it. No, MOICANO's not live. I don't see him live. Ooh. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, he is. Jesus Christ. But he's live in Brazilian, so we'll leave him to it. He's got 4.5k viewers. Wow. Good shit. Yeah, leave him to it. He's doing it in Portuguese. Impression of Jones with Tabit and Frank backstage. I don't get how that would be a thing. MMA slowly breaking down over the KO. Went from funny to kind of sad. Felt for the little Jew. What is going on with MMA? Why is he so mad about it? I don't understand. He's just betting all of his money away and losing it all. Impression of Strickland spotting Guru IRL talking shit. I probably run at me and hope that Chris Curtis got in the way first so he can pretend to punch me. They have chicken jaws in Dagestan. ILIA smirk, yeah. Thoughts on the Tracy Cortez win? You know, she looked pretty good. And her fight was pretty good as well, sorry. No, she did look decent in the fight. She had moments. She had good ground and pound as well. Good scrambles. So it was decent. I don't think she'll ever be top level, but she was all right. After ILIA, JDM is the best boxer currently in the UFC. True. Wow, unbelievable. You're in his world now, friend. Thank you for the 52 months of membership, SDG. One of the longest members in the history of the channel. Thank you for the 52 months of membership, dude. Does DJ know? I don't know what DJ knows about that. Stop trying to ruin shit. Can we trust a Jew and a black man to match donos? I'm not Jewish. Thank you for the $2. Why didn't you include MOIC on your fighter matchup video? Because he lost and I don't know. There's only so many spaces on those videos, and I was rather focused on the winners in terms of the secondary high-profile matchups. Were you ever a fan / watcher of Ariel? Yeah, I watch Ariel now and then. Like, he does fighter interviews. Like, I'm going to watch the fighter interviews now and then. I was never a fan of Ariel Hawani himself, though. Like, I never tuned in to listen to Ariel's opinions. I just used to watch the fighter interviews. John Pork is calling Tubby. Thank you for the £2. Ben Askren is the opposite of George Floyd. All right, he can breathe now. In a shock twist. Hey, lad. Thank you for the 5 months of membership. How does Pantoja become a UFC GOAT? He's not far off. A few more. If he beats Josh Van, the discussions begin on how much does he need to do to cement himself as the GOAT. That's what I think. This Joshua Van win is going to start all of the discussions, and then I think that's when we'll come to discussing what he needs to do to become the GOAT of the sport. Not 3 more. I don't know, dude. I don't know. We'll have to have a little look back once the Van fight's done. Oral Black KO's top Turo. Nah, he doesn't at all. No women on fights to make vid. Come on, lad. There were no women's on the fight card. Other than Tracy Cortez, and she was low down the card. Impression of Joey reacting to Bo Nickel fraud check. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, God, he's doing it. He's going to knock him out. How do you talk to a camera? What is the mental frame? I don't know. It's kind of weird, to be honest with you, but you just end up doing it. The live streams are easier because you're actually a thing here in the chat. But for the videos, it's kind of weird. You have to kind of be in the right frame of mind for it, to be honest with you. Sometimes I'll start recording the video and I'll feel my elbow lightly touch something, like a chair or the side of my desk, and it will just completely throw me off. So I don't know. It depends, man. You know, you have to be in the right mood to do it. That's the only way I can explain it. Wiener Poop, thank you for the $2. I watched back the ILIA fight, and each time he jabs, he drops his lead hand. He is very open to a pull right hand. You were right. We need someone who can return educated fire to beat him. I know, that's what I've been saying. Diego Lopez. It's Diego Lopez. Although he's not that good, he's ready to just fucking throw vicious, dangerous shots the second someone even flinches at him. And that's what you need to be ILIA. You need to catch him before he gets off the second shot. How do you understand grappling so well when you have no background in it? It's actually pretty impressive. Fat. Oh, from the DJ pod. It's not hard, is it? Like, I've been watching UFC enough to understand the grappling. It's not difficult. You know what I mean? Don't have to have loads of jiu-jitsu lessons to understand it, really. I know what needs to be done. Know what I'm looking at. Good pod hog. Even if it looked like you wanted to KO DJ's kid at the end, DJ needs a mod in chat. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he does need a moderator in his chat room, but I don't know who he should trust to do it, so. But yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, chat goes crazy when I'm on there. Thank you for the £2. Comedy Mothership. I appreciate that. Do you make some form of script for the prediction or recap videos, or all on the spot? No, it's all, every video I do is all on the spot. There's no script. Sometimes for certain videos, I'll I'll have the tabs open, so you'll see when I'm switching to different topics, but there's never a script on what words to say. Never. Pantoja, the first Indian champ. He's not Indian. Does ILIA pass as white in London? Sure. Garbrant versus Lima. Battle of the zero IQ. Make it happen. Immediately. Beige Frequency released the Jones documentary. Good shit. I'll have to check it out sometime. Impression of Pat Barry mistaking Kai Kara France for Rose. Come on, Rose. Why aren't you wearing your dungarees? I got you, huh? Now Tommy Pickles? What did you call me, bro? I'm not Tommy Pickles, eh? Oh, shit, my bad, bro. My bad. Some shit like that. Did you see DDP allegedly spoiling 319 co-main? It's not 319. I don't think he's talking about 319. I think he's talking about UFC 320. I think you guys are mishearing that. I'm pretty sure he said the October card co-main event is PIMBLETT versus GAETHJE. It's not the main event of the fight in 7 weeks. I don't know if you've seen PIMBLETT recently, but he's not 7 weeks out from a fight with GAETHJE. Should we start looking into GANE gay evidence? I'm not sure, but he is French, so I think that rests the case, to be honest with you. I think that's case closed. The guy's French. He must be gay. Looks like you've been doing pencil rolls in Makayev's living room. Sick fit piggy. Thank you for the £5. I appreciate that. What are pencil rolls? I don't understand that, but thank you very much for the £5 comedy mothership. Unbelievable. Big up, Piggy. Hope you're having a good one, G. Thank you. PIMBLETT mashes up Gaethje. Silly fight to make. It is an incredibly silly fight to make. It's a disgrace. It's disgusting, and that is all. But I like the fight. Actually, I disagree with everything I just said, and I think that PIMBLETT will beat Gaethje. And I like the fight. I think it's a huge fight, and we need huge fights right now. And then we can do Armen Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker, and that has beef as well. Strategically, what would Islam's path be to victory be against Topuria? He just seems unbeatable at the moment, but Volk and Max were winning rounds against him. Because Volk and Max are legit good strikers. Makhachev's a good striker when the guy in front of him is terrified of being taken down. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Makhachev's just blast kicks into Ilia Topuria's arms. Blast kicks into him at range. Body, head, inside low kicks. I don't think he would exchange with any punches with Ilia Topuria and then try and grapple up against the cage and just get a hold of Ilia, knee him to the thigh a little bit, you know? Not even go for a full all-in takedown, just make Ilia work out of certain positions. Probably be what's best for Makhachev. Reminder that 50% of all people have no inner monologue and exist without any internal debate of any kind. Are you one of these NPCs? No, not whatsoever. In fact, I have too much internal monologue. Do you think that if Charles doesn't stand in Ilia's face and is just defending while throwing kicks and shooting for takedowns in the later rounds, would the result be different? Yeah, but that's not what Charles does. So, yeah, if Charles Oliveira wasn't Charles Oliveira and didn't fight like Charles Oliveira or do anything that Charles Oliveira does, he probably could have won against Ilia Topuria. You are correct, to be fair. I didn't think about that. No, but true. Yeah, Oliveira fought dumb to fight Topuria. But he does that all the time. I'm doing that with fighters now. I always predict fights by saying, even with the O'Malley and Merab thing, I predict fights like saying what the fighter should do in order to win. I'm not doing that anymore, you know? Even if I can see them being able to do it, I'm just going to pick what the fighter does every time because fighters don't change. They make the same mistakes every fight. They don't improve. Have you been crashing out about Glastonbury? Dude, you know political shit can't make me crash out anymore. I have a new... Political shit don't make me crash out anymore, man. 6'4", capped delts, and a 32-inch belt. My pigger. Thank you for the £2, Reese Thompson. Yeah, I've seen all the Glastonbury shit, but I really just don't care anymore, man. I'm so over it. I'm done getting rage baited by political shit now. Even though I'll be raging about something tomorrow, most likely. I don't know. I don't really care. I saw the whole Pride Parade thing as well, and I kind of see the good in it. Weirdly. Even though it's degenerate, I know. I don't know. Trying not to let things ruin my day all the time, every day. You know what I'm saying? Piggy hasn't changed that shirt for 2 days. Well, I wore it for the video stuff I was doing yesterday, and that was it, and then I took it off. Gurus for Pride Month. No, because I saw the video on Twitter of the Pride parade and all of the people that were in the Pride parade. Dude, I'm telling you, in 100 years, I think white people, if the white people that are left, I think are going to be literal super soldiers. Hear me out. That's why I don't mind Pride Parade. Dude, conveniently, everyone at these degenerate parades is like fat, ugly messes that are so pathetic looking. They're literally taking themselves out of the reproductive chain. We've never seen natural selection like this, dude. In 100 years, the few of us left are going to be literal super soldiers, I'm telling you, dude. This is the best natural selection I've ever seen. Genetic dead ends. Yeah, let them take themselves out of the gene pool, dude. Even better. You know? My man went through, and that's enough now. That's enough of a mental shift on that whole topic to not make me angry about it every day, which I'm happy with. Bro becoming less based? No, I'm more based. I'm actually so much more based that I'm not angry about it. I took my kid to the Pride Parade. Well, you're Canadian. It makes sense. Might as well, mate. What if Gaethje flukes a win over ILIA and then Chandler beats him in a rematch? Never going to happen in a million years. How would Chandler get a fucking rematch in that situation either? That's crazy. Arman deserves it next. Do Paddy Gaethje in October. I don't like that Arman's just getting the shot, though, man. He's been out for so long. Get Arman another win first, and then do him for the title next. Book Arman versus Dan Hooker on the fucking Duplessis versus Chimaev pay-per-view, and then have the winner fight for the title in December if it's Arman, which it probably will be. Let's get fights booked. Let's get these guys really good resumes before they go in there against Ilia Topuria right now. Ilia Topuria, chat, yes or no, is the standard of mixed martial arts right now. So whoever his opponent is going to represent who is the second best guy, who is the challenge to the most skilled fighter in the UFC, Ilia Topuria. So we need to make sure that when the casual fans see that, it's not some random guy that hasn't fought in 13 months and has a decision win, split decision against Charles Oliveira. We need someone who's actually just had a finish against a Dan Hooker, and they've got a resume, and then Arman's got wins over Beneil Dariush, Dan Hooker, Charles Oliveira, and it looks like a really good resume. You know, when Ilia's the standard and the best, you want to make sure that the opponents you're putting up against him isn't someone who ain't fought in ages and only has one decent win. Unless it's Pimblett, but you have to make sure that he gets to win over Gaethje first, because that's the only way you can justify it. You can't justify making the fight right now. Who can you see giving Ilia trouble, Paddy? Relax, George Floyd. I know, I can't breathe. I don't know why. Pay-per-view's expensive, dude. I owe you. Impression of Gay Connor. Somebody fucking sniff a line out me gooch, mate. I don't know. I think give it a 2.